So, continued working on my Auto 5 project. I think I mentioned in the previous video, the stock, this Bishop stock that I got, it's not drilled. It's not drilled for the stock bolt or stock screw. I have already inlet this and I've glass bedded it to the receiver, but I have not drilled this hole yet. And I don't have a jig. My understanding is there's a jig available to properly and precisely drill this hole. I don't have one, and aside from that, the Brownings have the issue of the stock bolt hole elongating over time or getting egg-shaped due to the reciprocating barrel. The back and forth action tends to elongate the stock bolt holes, and then you have a stock that actually moves back and forth every time the gun cycles. So, to kind of overcome both problems, I decided to make this aluminum pillar. And it fits the stock bolt precisely. And it took me a little bit of time to build this. This started as some aluminum, half-inch outside diameter. It was under 1/4 inch inside diameter. The stock bolts are 255, I think, is what I measured this at. So I drilled it out with a 1/4 inch bit, and then I swaged. I actually used a press. Pressed the bolt in, pressed it out, swaged this to the right size, and then I polished this so it just fits perfectly with no wiggle. So this is what I'm going to use, and this would also be a great way to fix an older factory stock that has gotten an egged out stock hole. This would be a good way to fix that problem as well. But my intention is I'm going to drill this hole as precisely as possible, but then I'm going to enlarge it, and I'll probably actually have to finish with a Dremel. But I'm going to enlarge the hole until this fits kind of loosely, and then I'm going to mix up some bedding compound. I'm actually going to bed this into the stock, put the stock back together, run the screw through it, and I'm going to allow this to set up with bedding, and that will precisely locate the stock bolt, and it will prevent the hole from getting enlarged and egg-shaped as time goes on. I put rounds through this shotgun. So, studied on this a little bit. I think if you run this 1/4 inch drill bit through the factory hole, we can see that the drill bit comes out just in front of the top tang inlet. So it looks like that's the correct angle of the hole. So, judging by that, I am going to scribe a pencil mark going from the center of the hole in the lower tang. Try to approximate where that hole came through on the upper tang. And I'm just going to draw a pencil mark here. I'm going to use a hand drill for this. That pencil mark is just going to give me a guide, I think. As I drill that hole, it's going to kind of give me a guide as to where to shoot for. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm going to be putting this in there. So let's see what happens here. I think I'm going to start the hole drilling through the lower tang with the receiver in place, and then I'm going to remove the stock. I'm going to finish drilling without the receiver attached. Again, this is a 1/4 inch drill bit. That's what I'm starting at. So, try to line it up. Use a good old eyeball method. Alright. So I got the hole started using the lower tang as a guide. At this point, and again, this stock is glass bedded, so I have to, it fits pretty darn tight. I'm going to use this rubber mallet. Set that aside. Got the hole started there. I'm going to try continue and get that hole to come out somewhere close where it should. Not too far off. You can see where it came through. And I haven't finished contouring this, so the drill bit actually nicked the top of the mortise there, but that wood's going to be removed in the final fit in the sand. So there, not too shabby. Came out about where it needs to be. If we compare that hole to the hole in the factory stock, doesn't look like it's too far off. But at this point, I'm going to enlarge this hole quite a bit actually, because I need to make it big enough for this pillar. So let's go to a bigger bit. We're just going to enlarge that. We'll go to a 3/8 bit. And this is a 3/8 drill, so this is the biggest bit I can get. I'll probably have to finish the hole using the Dremel. So there we have it. And as you can see, that turned out pretty well. We got our 3/8 hole pretty much centered in upper tang inlet as well as the bottom. I'll set that aside. Out of curiosity, I'm going to put this back on and just see what it looks like eyeballing the hole. Again, this fits pretty tight, so there we go. Yeah, it looks like it lines up just about perfect. One thing I will show here. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. I'm pretty sure this stock was meant for a Remington 11. You can mainly see that on the lower tang. The Remington 11s had a sharper angle, a more natural pistol grip in my opinion. You can see here how the Browning tang is further inset, and I'm probably going to end up letting it like that to some degree. As I finish out the sanding of this grip, that lower tang is not going to be flush. Just because I prefer this grip angle more than the Browning. And that's something I'm just going to live with for this project. That's all for now. At this point, I think I'm going to break out the Dremel and enlarge that hole enough so that this will fit in the stock. Once I have that done, we'll come back and we'll mix up some bedding compound, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that.